Right, hello, hi, I'm Adam, I'm a doctor, this is Dave, he's my dev, and what we've decided to develop was an emergency management list for emergency surgery. So the way it works now, if you're in theatre, if you've ever been in theatre, you know it works now, the emergency list is there, the surgeon comes along and he books a case. Or she. It comes along and it books a case and then tells the anaesthetist, and then he or she has to be told by the surgeon, and has to have a look at the list, who then decides to discuss it with the theatre coordinator. The theatre coordinator discusses it with the theatre team and has to confer with the anaesthetist, who has to go and see the patient, and then he tells the surgeon, oh, there's this and that wrong with the patient, they need whatever different investigation's doing. And may have to tell a junior doctor, may have to tell the ward, and the surgeon has to explain to the coordinator why it's not going on. And the anaesthetist tells the theatre team, I'm not able to do this case because I'm waiting for an ECG. And then the ward tells the junior doctor the ECG's been done, who tells the surgeon, and tells the anaesthetist, and tells the anaesthetist, and the junior doctor tells, and so on. Okay, and the final thing is that the theatre team goes to the ward, gets the patient, and then contacts the surgeon and says, okay, we're ready to go. Okay, and so that's the aim, is to get everything done and say, okay, we're ready to go. So what we've tried to design, what we have designed, is we have an emergency list that exists on a server, and the surgeon can access it just with his mobile, and he can book a case on there, and it communicates backwards and forwards to the mobile phone, which communicates backwards and forwards to the anaesthetist's mobile phone. So it says to the anaesthetist, you've got a case booked. It will tell the anaesthetist about any investigations that have been done, and the anaesthetist can request investigations. The theatre team, which is the theatre coordinator, and the theatre team have access to this same system on their computer, and so do the junior doctors and the ward, and it all works together. So people don't have to mess around talking to each other. You just say, right, I've seen this patient, they're ready to go, press the button on the mobile. Everyone who's on this gets a notification saying, this patient is ready to come to theatre. And so Dave will talk to you about the technology, which is primarily the user uses jQuery Mobile on their phone, which is built on Backbone and communicates with a PHP MySQL server. Yeah. Dave's going to talk to you about some of the other benefits apart from just having fast running.
How much time we got?
So sorry there's nothing to demo, it's one of those things where another day would have been perfect. So yeah, what was really interesting about this was breaking down the tasks into discrete models and collections, and we discovered that throughout the process not only do we make the communication easier, but because everybody's logging communication on their phone, we actually build up a history of each case, isn't it?
Okay.
So you can see when the case started, when the case was made ready, if there were issues, if more tests had to be done, and that way we actually get some analytics of the actual, what would you call that, hospital?
Well, about the way that the system runs. So if there's delays, we can have a look and say there's delays and say, where is that delay? And if that delay is the anaesthetist contacting someone and the ECG hasn't been done for an hour and it keeps on happening, you know that that's where the delay is.